overall food reviewed for Tianos. Tianos Ewa Beach. Always good food. It's about the fourth time that I've gone there. Just the only disappointment now is the sisig. Now, traditional sisig is generally a meat mince, meaning finely chopped meat, griddled and fried to crispy perfection. Not burnt, but crisp. Um, there was nothing wrong with the overall flavor. I'm not gonna say that there wasn't great flavor because, again, and I stand by that statement. The Waipahu Tianos sucks balls to the point where they can't cook Filipino food for shit. But Tianos has a flair for Filipino food. The only thing that I have a beef with is the fact that when they put it on the sizzling platter, there was still quite a bit of moisture left in the dish. And with sisig, if you've had it, it's very fatty, but there's no grease film that's left on it. And not to say that the grease film didn't serve as a nice gravy, because it did. When we're talking sisig, it's a street food that has texture, that has flavor, that is moist, that is crunchy, all at the same time. The sisig that I've had in the Philippines and here with my neighbors, the way that they cook their sisig is they grill the food. They grill the liempo, meaning the pork and all of that. They grill the innards to get that nice crisp texture, that nice smoky flavor that you get from grilling food. And they chop it up super fine and they add vegetables. Now the vegetables that they put in are also finely diced where it adds to the flavor. It gives an inherent sweetness to the dish to balance out the spicy because when you have sisig, you gotta have it spicy. And this sisig from Tiana's did have a very nice level of spice. It wasn't a sustaining spice that I'm used to, but it was a spice flavor that blended really well. However, Tiana's, the number one critique that I would have to tell you, and I told this to your server, is the moisture. The moisture is a major problem because not only does it cool down the dish a lot, it also gives a very, for me, I can eat almost anything, so it's not really an unpleasant texture, but if you like the texture of like gum like that pig ear, that little gelatinous piece of pig ear that you get, it's just like that. However, there's no crunch associated with it. So to get that crunch, what I recommend to Tiano's the Tiano chefs is pre-saute the dish, meaning use less than a teaspoon of olive or whatever cooking oil you're using, less than a teaspoon per every, I would say, cup, maybe half a cup of proteins and vegetables. The reason why I'm saying that specific measurement is that, especially when it comes to sisig baboy, sisig or pig sisig, is when you're using pig, there's a lot of innate fat. There's a lot of fat in there. So the fat will render out, give you a nice crispy exterior and a nice toothsome interior when you chew into it. And that's what was lacking. But the flavor was really nice. It was lemony. It was very citric, and I like that. I like my sisig citric and spicy. Just because it was so watery, because of the vegetables that you put in there, it drowned out the flavor and made it subpar than what real good Filipino street food is. So again, the critique is for that specific dish. I give it a 9 out of. I would actually no, not 9 is actually being generous. I would say 7 out of 10. The rest, like their pancit, bihon, their sinigang, their steak, their sampler platter. Oh my god, those are 10 out of 10. To get that sisig to 10 out of 10, serve that sucker crispy.